Should I just start? Go. According to Health and Human Services, every year 310,000 to 580,000 people die to poor eating habits and lack of exercise. This is similar to the number of deaths that occur from tobacco usage and is 13 times more than the average cause of death from guns. The U.S. has had an increase in obesity in the last 20 years. About 61% of U.S. adults are obese, which is about 2/3 of the population of America. Being overweight is a growing concern in America. There are ads everywhere advertising weight loss programs, supplements you can take, and foods you should not eat. Although, sometimes, the public makes it seem like getting to and maintaining a healthy weight is much harder than it really is. Exercise daily, eat right, eat the correct amount of foods, and you can be headed toward a new, healthy you. Before getting into the 3 nutritional energy sources that we need daily in our lives, we need to understand the concept of calories. For our bodies to function properly at a healthy condition, it needs to have calories. Calories are energy that we obtain from eating and drinking. We fuel our bodies with calories from the foods we eat and the drinks we drink. An average adult female should only consume 1,800 calories a day, while a male adult should approximately consume 2,200 calories a day. When we go over your limit of your daily calorie intake need, then your body will store that extra energy, those extra calories, as fat. 3,500 calories equals 1 pound of fat. It is important in life to understand the right healthy calories that your body needs, what fats are and the effects they have on you, and the knowledge of healthy choices and changes that you can make in your daily decisions. The 3 main sources, good sources of calories that your bodies need for a healthy nutrition level includes protein, carbohydrates, and fats. An average adult needs 10 to 35% of their daily calories from protein. Protein is your body's main component of our organs, muscles, all our living cells, and body fluids. Lean meats like grilled chicken and fish, and dairy products such as milk and eggs are all great examples of healthy protein. Protein builds and repairs muscles in our body's tissue and is also the main source of building our hair, skin, and connective tissue. Daily we use up protein, so it is important to replace. So how much protein does our bodies need a day? If we take your weight in pounds and times it by 0.37, you will find your daily need of protein in grams. Typically, a 150-pound person should have 55 grams of protein. A 200-pound person should have 74 grams of protein. And a 250-pound person should eat 92 grams of protein a day. If we do not eat enough protein, our bodies in a day or two will already start breaking down our muscles. So eat your dairy and lean meats to get the proper amount of protein for your body. Not only do we need protein, but carbohydrates as well. Carbohydrates are the main source of our body's energy. A person needs 45 to 65% of their daily calories from carbohydrates. Carbs are mostly everyone's favorite. That yummy, warm, soft bread next to that creamy pasta, both are filled with lots of carbs. An average person should only obtain a fistful of pasta at their meal. The best carbohydrates out there for you include fruit, vegetables, and whole grains. There are 2 different kinds of carbohydrates out there, simple carbs and complex carbs. This includes, for complex carbs, whole grain foods and vegetables. Then there are simple carbs. Simple carbs is the quickest source of energy for your body. This includes sugars such as table sugar, fruit sugar, and blood sugar. Carbohydrates are important in your diet to keep track of. Too much of carbs lead to extra calories, which is extra energy. That extra energy that is not used is then stored in your body to sit there as fat. A person should eat 20 to 35% of their daily calories from fat. But it is important to understand the difference between healthy and unhealthy fats. Healthy fats that your body needs are called unsaturated fats. These are in foods such as peanuts, avocados, oils, and canola. There are also essential fats, another healthy fat source, including omega-3, flaxseed, walnuts, green soybeans, tofu, fish, and more. Then there are the unhealthy fats that we all love, but need to stay away from the most. These unhealthy fats include saturated and trans fat. Saturated fat is the foods such as milk, butter, ice cream, and cheese. Too much of saturated fat causes high cholesterol and puts us in risk of heart disease. Similar to saturated fat, you must also look out for trans fat. These fats include foods such as cookies, crackers, donuts, pastries, and yummy deep-fried foods. Yummy, but not good for you. Proteins, carbohydrates, and healthy fats are all essential for energy for your body to function properly daily. When we eat too much of any source of food, we will obtain too many calories. If you do not burn the extra calories, it will lead to fat being stored in your bodies. This is an image of 5 pounds of fat that is in your bodies, and it's really disgusting, not wanted. When you are grocery shopping for food, pay attention to the list of fats that are on the labels. Stay away from trans fat and saturated fats. Remember that unprocessed foods are the best things for you. Small portions, whole grain, and fiber-filled foods and exercise will lead to a healthy body state of life.
All right, very good. Theresa? Okay, this is Theresa. Anybody is reviewing Theresa? Okay.
Would you have 30 seconds or no?
Yes, I would. I'm kind of sick, so.
Okay, we'll keep. Okay. All right, are you ready?
Yep.
Okay.
Imagine looking around you and only seeing rocks. Red rocks, gray rocks, and what even seems to be like purple rocks are surrounding you. The cliffs seem to draw a straight line across the horizon, and it looks as if they touch the sky. You lean over the guardrail just to get a closer look at the gaping ditch in front of you. You get the chills. It's dead silent besides the occasional wind gust. You swear you can sit and stare for hours. You are in awe. You are at the Grand Canyon. My trip to Grand Canyon National Park is one of the best vacations I have ever been on. I've always imagined traveling here, and I will definitely be going back. Today, I will talk about the history, the views, and the things you must do if you ever go visit the canyon. Let's start by talking about some background information. The exact way the canyon was formed is still a mystery to scientists today. According to the National Park Service, there used to be a mountain range where the Grand Canyon is now. Over millions of years, this mountain range eroded and made a level surface. The Colorado River, which now flows through the canyon, played a big role in the formation. This river, 17 million years ago, flowed right through this level surface and carved the rock. The river changed its course many times, and this is why the canyon looks like it does with so many twists and turns. It seems impossible that just rushing water could have carved all of this rock, but because of its location, this is possible. The desert climate in Arizona is very dry, so the soil cannot soak up the rainwater like the soil does here in Illinois. Ice also played a big part in the canyon's formation. When water freezes, it expands and forms ice. When cold weather hit, the water would trickle into the cracks of the rock layers, freeze, and therefore expand the cracks. Colliding plates underneath the Earth's surface also formed the canyon. Some layers of the canyon were also formed underwater or even near a coastline. The 250 million-year-old Kabye limestone, which serves as the top layer of the canyon, is known to have formed underwater because of its fossils of creatures that used to live underwater are on the stone. It's crazy to think that something as simple as rushing water and other natural causes created such a massive and beautiful natural landmark. The views of this natural wonder are ones that I will never forget. There are 2 rims that you can view the canyon from, the north rim and the south rim. When I went, I stayed on the south rim. It's more built up, has a visitor center, and even a grocery store. There are many points that you can look out from on the south rim, and there are 11 to the west and 8 to the east. There's a bus line that even takes you to all the points you want to see on the west side. Although it is very possible to just sit and stare at the still stones all day long, there are many activities you can do while visiting the Grand Canyon. 2 must-do activities are seeing the sunset and the sunrise. Many people think it'll look the same, but I can tell you it doesn't. When the sun sets, the rocks glow and reflect a deep red, golden, orangey color. But at sunrise, the stones look more purple, blue, and you have a fantastic view of the moon and the stars. Even if you're not a morning person, you have to set your alarm to 4 a.m. just to see the sunrise. It's definitely worth it. Another popular activity is hiking. There are many trails, but only 2 trails on the south rim lead to the bottom of the 6,000-foot deep canyon. The South Kabaib Trail, which is 6.8 miles, and the Bright Angel Trail, which is not as steep, but a hefty 9.3 miles. My dad and I hiked for just a few hours, and we can tell how difficult the trail got. The path gets extremely narrow and steep. When my uncle first visited the canyon, he hiked all the way to the bottom and back up in one day. This is not recommended. There are campgrounds at the bottom where you can stay overnight and hike back up in the morning. According to the National Park Service, over 215 million people are rescued from the canyon each year, so you need to be prepared and pack enough food and water for the trip. When I talked to the park ranger, he said it takes about 8 hours to hike down and double that to hike back up. If you still want to go to the bottom of the Grand Canyon but are not up for the hike, you can always ride a mule to the bottom. They are the most sure-footed animal on earth and are guaranteed to get you back, up, and down in one piece. These trips need to be booked at least a year in advance because they fill up so quickly and cost about $500 a person, including food. A few days are not nearly enough time to soak in all the sights and activities of the Grand Canyon. There is no other place in the world like it. It is truly one of a kind, and the beauty will blow you away. According to the National Park Association, 5 million people see the Grand Canyon each year, and I am privileged to be one of the 5 million this summer. With its rich history, magnificent views, and multiple things to do, this canyon is exceptionally grand.